Hi everyone, welcome to this week's dance lesson. We are still looking at dinosaurs. I have something to show you this week. Look, we've been busy. Look at this guy. He's made out of Lego and he is a Stegosaurus. I thought you'd like him. He's quite cool and he also has really good jokes. Do you want to hear a dinosaur joke? What do you call a sleeping dinosaur? A dinosaur. Isn't that terrible? There we go. So we can play with him today and maybe he can give us some inspiration. We are going to be looking at Stegosaurus again. Do you remember they're very spiky? And I love this guy because he's got spiky tail, spikes on his back that move. He's really cool. So I'm going to put him down, otherwise I'm just going to play with him all lesson. There we go. Right. So we've been looking at dinosaurs now for quite a few weeks. We've looked at their environment, we've looked at the way they survive, and this week we're going to do a dino mega mix. So we're going to add everything together and we're going to create a lovely phrase of movement showing all the different things, the volcanoes, the different dinosaurs, their environments, and add it all together. So first of all, we're going to warm up. We're going to do a really fun bouncy warm up and we're going to do our musical statues. But when you freeze, can you freeze into your favourite dinosaurs? So whatever we've learned so far. So you could be a Stegosaurus, you could be a pterodactyl, one that flies, okay? You could be the T-Rex with really big jaws, anything you like, but I want to see you frozen as your dinosaur. Okay, so let's put some music on. Here we go. Freeze dinosaur. I'm going to go spiky, like our Stegosaurus. Good, hold. Well done, hold that dino shape. Okay, go. Freeze. I'm going to go for a big Tyrannosaurus Rex with his huge mouth and his saw-like teeth. I moved. Freeze. Well done. Here we go. Freeze. Okay, I'm going to go pterodactyl, flying, hold. Well done. Very nice. And go. And freeze. Oh, I'm going to be a really small one this time. Like one of these zigzaggy ones. Good, hold. Well done. Okay, very nice. Give your arms a shake, give your legs a shake, everything a shake. Okay, run on the spot and freeze. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do our go when we run on the spot. And when I say freeze, you've got to freeze. Let's freeze in a dinosaur position again, because you're really good at that. So we'll do our freeze in a dinosaur position. So go, jog on the spot, freeze, dinosaur position. Okay, when I say sit down, sit down. And when I say stand up, stand up. Okay, are we ready? Listening ears on, only 4 things. Here we go and go. Jog on the spot. Well done. And freeze. Any shape you like, dinosaur shape. Good, and go. Well done. And freeze. Can be a different shape if you like. Good, and sit down. And stand up. And stand up. And sit down. And stand up. And go. And sit down. And freeze. So as you're on the floor, maybe you could do a low position, a low frozen position. I like my pterodactyls today, I think. Good, freeze, and stand up. Good, Take a deep breath in and out. Right, now we've got to have our thinking hats on because we are going to do opposites. So the opposite of what I say. So if I say sit down, you stand up. If I say stand up, you sit down. If I say go, you have to freeze in your dinosaur shape. And if I say freeze, you have to go, run away from the dinosaurs. Remember, just jog on the spot because we haven't got lots of space. So we just need to jog on the spot. Are we ready? Okay, opposites. Ready, steady, freeze. Run away from those dinosaurs. We're being chased. Good, and freeze. Oh, no, that's not right. It's opposites. Freeze is go. I'm confusing myself. Okay, and go. Well done. Okay, stand up. And sit down. And freeze. And go. Well done. Okay, and sit down. And freeze. And go. And stand up. And sit down. Oh, well done. I bet you did better than me. Okay, good, well done. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to call out some words that we have been looking at over the past few weeks, just to recap and have a think about what we've been learning. So I'm going to call out the word spiky. Can you show me a spiky shape that maybe shows us our Stegosaurus? And this is our Stegosaurus, do you remember? Look at him. Or her, actually. It could be a girl Stegosaurus, couldn't it, female? So he's got huge spikes here and a huge tail. So show me a really spiky Stegosaurus. Here we go. I'm going to go for really big armour plates on my back. In fact, I'm going to make a big pointy one like that. It is spiky. Well done. Can you show me the word waterfall? Do you remember this is part of the environment they live in? So big waterfall. Maybe it tips over and crashes down to the floor. So we go up, and over, tipping over, crashing down to the floor. Good. Can you show me lava? Okay, so lava can be quite similar, can't it? So do you remember, it kind of creeps up, explodes through the volcano, but it's a bit slower than water because it's quite thick, isn't it? So we're going to move around all the way to the floor. Good. So that's our lava. Spreading out. Maybe you could spread out over the floor all the way across until, do you remember what happens when it cools down? It becomes volcanic rock, doesn't it? In any shape that it solidifies in, turns solid. So if it's flowing, if it cools down in that shape, that's where it's going to freeze and be still. Good. Okay, my next word is massive. Massive. These dinosaurs, some of them were massive. Can you show me the biggest shape you can? Can you take up as much space as possible? Can you touch this bit and this bit at the same time? Just be as big and wide as you can. Good. And then the opposite of massive is tiny. You can get some tiny dinosaurs, some with the size of turkeys, which is about sort of that big, isn't it? So I think we try and be as tiny as possible. Okay, fold everything in as small as you can. Even your fingers maybe and your toes, as small as you can. Good. Very nice. So there's a few words that we looked at before. Now we're going to recap on something that we talked about a while ago. And this is our 4 basic body shapes. And you know these really well now because you've done a lot of this. So we've got our pin, our ball, our wall, and our twist. So our pin is very long, thin, narrow, and straight. Our ball is very round, curved, and smooth. Our wall here is wide, enormous, strong. This is like we've just done actually. It's sort of a massive shape. very solid. And our twist is our bendy, tangly, knotty shape. Okay, so let's have a think about those very quickly. Pin, ball, wall, twist. So can we try a pin? Okay, I'm going to try a pin here, but we're going to try a pin on a low level, aren't we? Something, a different one, because it's too easy to use just the standing up one. So can you show me a pin on a low level? Good. Good, show me your pin. Now, what's a pin shape that we've been looking at to do with the dinosaurs? What is quite tall and pointy? I was thinking maybe either a very tall tree that the dinosaurs would eat, like the Brachiosaurus. They had very long necks, didn't they? That could reach a tree, or maybe a volcano, because that is actually tall, and some of them are quite wide, but they're very, very tall, and they come to a pin shape at the top. So can you show me either a volcano or a very tall tree, maybe blowing in the wind? There we go, that's our pin shape, good. Can you show me our ball shape? Okay, very round, very smooth, yeah. So ball shape, we're going to do the same. Should we do it on a sort of middle level? And I like the idea of, do you remember our fern? So this is our fern shape unfolding. Okay, and this is our environment as well. Here we go. We have our ferns. And these are huge, but do you remember they start small and they unfold? So from a ball, and you can see that's still quite a round shape, isn't it? So can you show me your fern, which is a ball shape? And we're going to unfold. So we're going to unfold into our big ball shape. Good, and if you want to, you can do a ball shape on a high level. So it could be a big round shape, even like that, couldn't we? Good, big, big ball shape. Good, pin, ball. Our wall is going to be, one of my favourite ones is our lava. And I love this one, look at that. Do you remember? Absolutely crazy amount of hot molten lava, look, pouring down. And then do you remember it goes into a sort of river of lava. So can we overflow from the top of the volcano and flow down into a really wide shape? So we're going to go over, we're going to go down, all the way down. And I love the idea of it spreading out on the floor like that. Okay, so this is quite cool because we can start on a high level. We can go up, 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 over. We're going to be really wide, remember, onto the floor and spread out in a wide, solid shape. Good, on the floor. And then we turn into volcanic rock, don't we? Good. And our last one, do you remember what these creatures are called? If I cover the name. Do you remember? They're called ammonites. That's right. And they had this shell, and then they had this sort of squid-like body, and they'd push themselves through the water. So that is our lovely twisty shape. So we have our ammonites, and I thought we could unravel or just make a lovely twisty shape, couldn't we? Okay, so we looked at the spiral before, and I love this twisty shape here. Okay, and actually the legs, or the sort of tentacles of an ammonite are quite twisty as well, aren't they? So could we just make everything a bit twisty? Yeah, so that's our twisty shape. Good. So we've got our volcano pin, we've got our fern ball that unravels, we've got a wall of lava all the way down to the floor. Nice. And then we've got our big twisty ammonite on the floor, haven't we? This one here. Good. Okay, pinball wall twist. So we've put those 4 basic body shapes, mixed them with our dinosaurs. Good. Then we're going to go over a few more now. I'm going to make this one into a phrase of movement. So we're going to start with our Stegosaurus. Okay. And we're going to go Stegosaurus and fern as well. So we're going to start with our Stegosaurus, and do you remember he's really, really spiky and really, really big. So we looked at him just now, and also I've got my friend here as well, and he's a stegosaurus. So 3D, you can see, look, he had a really big, oh, his head's dropped off. Don't worry, this is the good thing about Lego, isn't it? Whew, I would have been in trouble if I hadn't fixed that one. So you can see his back legs are really strong, a bit longer than his front legs, and you can see he's got these big armor plates on his back. Okay, so let's make a big spiky stegosaurus shape. So I quite like the one I did earlier, actually. I quite like my big spiky shape here. Or if you like, you can just make a really lovely spiky shape with anything to do with your body. They're just as spiky, but the good thing is we can do something different. We don't have to do the same. So you can copy me if you like, but you don't have to. Okay, so big, spiky shape. Good. The next dinosaur, I wonder if you can remember, is he's down here. This one, Compsognathus. That's a hard one to say, Compsognathus. Now he is not very big, do you remember? But we like this one because it's very fast. And this one would zigzag out of the way. So this one would be a really easy target for something like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. But because they zigzag out of the way very quickly, that means that they can't get eaten and they run away. So should we try that one as well? We are going to go from our spiky stegosaurus, we're going to do zigzag. And a zigzag is that shape, isn't it? Sort of up and down and away from the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So we're going to go from side to side very, very quickly. Good. So we've got our spiky shape, we've got our zigzag Compsognathus, and ferns. Here, this one, and we're going to turn into our ball shape, and we're going to unravel into our lovely big ferns. And if you want, you can move a bit. You can move in the wind because they're very light ferns, aren't they? Okay, the next one we're going to do is our ammonites. I told you this is a big dino mix, didn't I? So we can do our ammonites. We're going to do a lovely twist. If you want to, we can show our tentacles. So we've had a lot of practice with that one. Can you show me your ammonite shape? You can show a spiral, and you can show the twisty legs. I think I'm going to go for the nice twisty shape, kind of like this really, because I like the idea of the tentacles all being all twisted. So I'm going to show that twisty shape here. Good. And our final one is our lava, because, here we go, this is so brilliant the way it pours over, but this time we're going to freeze into volcanic rock. Do you remember? So we become solid. So we're going to go tip, 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 flowing all the way down, and then it solidifies into rock. And that's great for dance because it means we can completely freeze in that shape. So from our twisty ammonite shape, we're going to then pour over the edge, all the way down. Okay, we're going to go all the way down. And then, do you remember, we freeze. And whatever position we're in, that's the position we're going to freeze. And that's our ending lava position, because we turn into volcanic rock. So, that's a lot to remember, isn't it? Let's go from the beginning. We've got our spiky stegosaurus. Good. We've got our zigzag Compsognathus. Good. Side to side, really fast. Go, go, go. We've got our ferns, which are unravelling. Good. Into a big ball, and then you can move if you want to. We've got our ammonites, which are very twisty, one of the oldest creatures. And we find lots of fossils of those, don't we? Good. And the final one is our lava. So we're going to finish all the way up, tipping over, coming down, flowing, flowing, and freeze at the very end. Okay? Right, shall we try that with music? So if you want to, you can wind me back and have a look at all those different movements to have a practice, or you can try with me, or if you want to, you can just have a rethink about your shapes and keep adding to them, or you can just copy mine. It's completely up to you. But let's try it with some music. Here we go. First one. Well done. Good. Okay, how did you get on? Was that good? Okay, well done. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to do that once more, but this time I want you to make it really big and as spiky as you can, as twisty as you can. Okay, and if you like, we can do it a little bit faster as well because we've done it a few times. So we're going to do it twice more, but we're going to do it a little bit faster. Okay, here we go. Ready? So we go. Spiky. Zigzag. Turns. Twisting. Lava. Fantastic. How did you get on? Was that good? Okay, well done. Just come back into the middle of the space. We're going to do a cool down just to get our breathing back. And can you make a little ball on the floor? And we're going to breathe in. And then someone's coming along, do you remember, with a balloon, with a pin? And they're going to pop us to let all the air out. Can you breathe in? Someone's going to come along with a pin, pop us all the way out. And the last one. Good, someone comes along with a pin, pop. All the way down, well done. Good, can you shake your arms? Can you shake your legs? Well done. Hey, can you give yourselves a clap? Well done. There's a lot of dinosaur information today. Fantastic. I can't wait to see those. I'm sure I will very soon. Well done. I'm sure they were brilliant. Thank you very much. See you soon.